What you see inside is you have 5 lights, and these are 5500 degree fluorescent daylight bulbs. And if you wanted to, you could literally just screw in a couple of them and not deal with a lot of light. I prefer to have a lot of light and dial it down as needed. The other thing that's great to note is that the rod points go directly into the light head, as well as the softbox mounting ring goes right into the light head. So that makes it terribly convenient to set it up. And if you look on the back, you have 3 switches, and this allows you to have a little bit of light, medium light, all the light that comes in there. And of course, once you power it up and you have a diffuser panel, you can take the diffuser panel off to kick up even more light. You also have a way to make this a handheld light. If you want to, you can pull it out and just make it a handheld light. And even though I use these lights in my studio, you can also put them on a portable battery pack and take them out on location. On the Spiderlight TD3, it's basically the same setup as the TD5 in that you have the 5500 degree fluorescent daylight bulbs, which again are cool to the touch, but you have the exterior panel, and all the models are different, but in my model there's a interior panel as well, and you have in here 3 lights, which is the TD3 function. And you have the ability as well to go ahead and control the lighting just by the diffuser panels, as well as the switches in the back are the same as the TD5, except there's 2 switches, and so you can have it on or really on. The other option is to have an image where I have my subject look directly into the main light, and I just make sure that the hair light behind him is skimming across on both sides. So what we don't want is, you know, a perfect kind of separator on the right side of his face and not at all on the left side of his face, because his hair would blend just right into the background. So I'm going to move the hair light back a little bit. So again, I know that I'm having it skim here to here, and then I'm going to ask him to turn his head, if you don't mind, kind of going right into the light like that. And I can shoot, I'm shooting with my 85mm. I can shoot just like this and know that I have, oh, nice smile, well done. Handsome and responsive. All right, will you glance at me? Just keep your face like that and glance over. Yeah, perfect. Lovely. Great, and what I end up having is I have him lit back here we'll show the images, and him looking directly in, and it's a bit more of a dramatic portrait. My settings are, I'm shooting at 2.5, 1/200th shutter speed, and again, I'm still at the 250 ISO. I can make a little bit of an adjustment where I bring the broad light in here. I actually want to emphasize a bit more of the shadowing, and I have the hair light just as a skimmer back here. And I do something where, again, you can choose really quickly on the fly. That's the great thing about this lighting, is what you see is what you get, which means if you decide on the fly that you want to have a short lighting setup or a broad lighting setup, you can do that, because this big light will tell you, okay, here are your shadows, here's where the light's coming from, here's where it's really bright, here's where you want to calm it down, and you can make all the changes you want as you go. So if I'm going to have you kind of do something like this and straight down, I know that I'm just lighting in from this spot. My hair light is only working to separate him from the background and not touching the front of him. And I'm brighter here and I'm darker here, and I'm going for a look like that. Okay, so lastly, just a couple straight on simple portraits. Again, I'm still shooting with my 85. Watch my hand, okay? And I've got the reflector and the light. Go ahead and turn your chin a little bit towards the light and your eyes back at me. Yeah, not too much. Very good. Excellent, thank you. All right, thanks, Steve. I thought you did a great job showing these lights off.